Hi, this is Thesia of Ellis Family Farms. And you know, there's that old saying, actually this saying doesn't apply. Every year in Oklahoma, the weather is different. And this has been an incredibly different year. Of course, we had that terrible polar vortex happen in February, and I have to admit, that's put me way behind on a whole lot of things. And now we haven't got a lot of rain, and we've got, I haven't added it up. We probably got 5 or 6 inches over the last week, and you go, wow, that's a lot. Well, it's been spread out enough that at least we're not flooding, you know, but everything is still just a mucky, muddy mess. And for the next several days, we've still got chances of rain, you know, and you can tell, I know I'm squinting, but it's cloudy now. So it's been kind of and for another thing, my mud shoes, and it's been, like I said, it's been a muddy mess. My old mud shoes sprung a leak, and so I thought, well, I'll get me some new ones. And you know, people want to talk a little bit about supply and demand, but the oddest things are out. For the mud boots, I wasn't going to pay $100 and something for mud boots, so I found some online, and even though they were the wrong size. And then so I found another pair, and they come in yesterday. The first one was too little, and so I ordered a bigger pair, and they're too big. It was a different style, but still. So I got to send this pair back, and I think I'm going to have the right ones. So until then, my feet are getting wet. They're getting wet several times a day, mucky socks, you know, and just, I don't know. I try not to get discouraged, but I'm ready for some sun. Yes, I know it's going to get hot when the sun comes back, but I'm still ready for some sun. And I'm way behind, you know. It's hard to do any work when it just continues to rain, and I'm glad that we got a bunch of mowing done before it rained, because it's time to mow again, and I might be able to get out here and get some done today, but there's a lot of other things I need to get done first. Well, I thought I was going to show you all the beautiful plants that still need to be transplanted, and there are some that definitely are beautiful and need to be transplanted, but I looked at them and I thought, oh no, they're wilting. Well, it's been raining so much I haven't been watering them, but apparently I should have done it yesterday because it didn't rain that much. And then same thing over here. I've got so much to transplant. See, these are looking kind of puny, but some of this stuff is looking really good. And there's one blackberry plant that I need to get transplanted. It's blooming, and there's so much to do. And I'll either get it done or I won't, but I'm going to keep on plugging. I did manage to get several tarps down to try to keep the weeds down until we can get out here and start some beds, but I don't have enough tarps. And look at all that grass. And it's only been days since we moved those birds over there. And that has been a muddy, muddy mess. Oh my goodness, it's been terrible. But I've got to get them out. But I've got some challenges that keeps me from doing that too. There's a few weeds there's a lot of weeds out here, but actually my cabbage is looking good. I don't think I've ever had cabbage look that good. Look at my cauliflower. They had little bitty heads, and I thought, well, maybe they'll get bigger. Nope. And I already harvested some, so I'm going to pull those plants out and start over with those. That's kind of a bummer. That was definitely a fail, but you know, hey, I tried. And then I think I can't remember what these are. They could be broccoli, they could be Brussels sprouts. I don't know, but they're still looking pretty good too. But just, I don't know. You see, I got a lot of weeds. My radishes are looking good, and I don't know what else I got going. I've got to look it up. I know, I keep saying that. And I transplanted one poor pea, and it's looking a little rough. But the ones that I had transplanted previously, they're looking pretty good. And the tomatoes, they're coming out of it, and even getting a few blooms on them and stuff. And these are all the tomatoes that Tom transplanted for me 2 or 3 weeks ago before all the wicked rain. But, oh, and look at this. This is chicken feathers because one of my little hens got out and Beethoven got her, but I guess Tom saved her. But she looks rough. She's out and about and walking around, but she looks rough. Trying to show you that bee that's on the blackberry flower. Isn't that cool? I don't know what kind of bee that is. I think it's too little to be a bumblebee, and it's not a honeybee. Oh, you can see all the pollen on its legs too. Wow. Cool. And look at all these blooms. These are my blackberries. So And yeah, believe it or not, I have been weeding. I just can't keep up with it. But we got lots of blooms on the blackberries. Oh yeah, here's another one up here that looks really nice. It's gonna look good. And yeah, we've got some, I can't remember, I think that's elderberry. And one of these plants is a raspberry, but it struggles here. And I haven't shown these guys to you because it's been so muddy. I was moving these 3 times a day. I still am, because they were a mess, and well, you can kind of see the ground behind them. It was just terrible. They come out there and even moving them 3 times a day, they were sitting in mud and, you know, giving them fresh grass. It's kind of cool. They like the grass. And some of them, even when I put the feed out, some of them obviously act like Cornish crosses and come over here and act like bullies and eat and eat and eat. But others are just sitting there chilling and eating grass. This has been one of my biggest hang-ups for getting birds moved and stuff like that. I mean, you know, I thought it would be really nice to have some of this concrete because, you know, my paths get muddy and stuff. But they were huge chunks and they're too big. They got loaded on with a tractor, and you can see where my tractor is. It doesn't work. Then I don't know. I've got to figure out, and it's been too wet, is to do anything with them. Well, I've got to have this trailer off of here. I need a trailer for other things, but I need to get the trailer off of it. But it's got so much weight if we can't get it unhooked. But I need to take this truck to town and get tires put on it, and so I can have this truck for other things that I've got coming up. And I also need this truck because that's what I need to use. It has 4-wheel drive, and I can use it to move my mobile egg unit. So right now everything's either buried in grass, weeds, or mud, or concrete. So yeah, I have to admit I'm struggling just a little bit, and I kind of hate that, you know. Yeah, sometimes I'll talk about the fact that Tom has anxiety and some depression issues, bipolar and all that other stuff, and that's challenging enough that it is. But every once in a while, I have to admit, and that's probably what part of my problem is now, I'm behind on everything, so I'm struggling with some anxiety. You know, I'm trying to figure out how to make us self-sufficient out here and take care of my own food and stuff, and I can't even keep the place mowed. So every once in a while it gets me down, you know. So, but it's life. You get back up and you go at it, and you take another little chunk out. And I think that's probably the reason I struggle is like, yeah, I take out little chunks here and there, and I look around and something else is growing up around the little chunks and swallowed up any little thing that I've done. But I can't give up. You know, what am I going to do? Give up? No. You know, so I'll just have my little chunks and have a few victories along the way and a whole lot of failures, and learn to suck it up and move on. But like I said, every once in a while it kind of gets to me, and there's so much going on right now. I mean, there's a lot going on. Kenzie's got basketball camp, and between the mud and the other stuff, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that I haven't told you about. Even right now, as I'm recording this, you'll have already seen the other 2 videos, but one of them I've been editing for a while because it was a long one that needed a lot of work, and there's another one I haven't started editing yet. And so I thought, and part of me is going, why are you doing another video? You haven't edited the last 2. It's like, well, I don't know, that's what I do. So, you know, I just want to let you, I guess the reason I wanted to do this today is, even though I'm feeling like that old saying, I'm behind her, you know, we all feel that way. We all go through it. It's a struggle. It's not fun. I'm ready for the sun. My sinuses are ready for the sun to come out, and but you just keep plugging. That's what you just have to do. It's kind of odd to have these guys up here so close to the camper, but I think it'll work out. I'll just turn around up here and take it back out into the field again. And they look like they're comfortable for the night and have plenty to eat. I hope so, because they do eat. It has been a long day, but it is nice to finally have gotten something finished, something completed, and able to move on. I'm hearing something. It may be the birds on the way to bed, because it is about sundown. I just set up the camera for the sunset, and maybe we can get to a nice sunset for tonight too. But So yeah, I'm still working on some other videos that I'm trying to get edited and stuff. Of course, by the time you see this, you'll have already seen them. But I don't know, sometimes I just feel like I just gotta say, hey, no matter how hard you work, you're still behind. I mean, I'm still behind. I still don't have a fraction of the stuff done I need to do, but when I can at least finish something, it helps. It makes me feel better, and I'm glad for that. So, and I'm tired because I have to do that with the push mower. It's kind of weird because, you know, you got to go around and around the vineyard and stuff. And I tried to do it with the riding lawnmower, but we've got a lot of the trellis lines are low, so you end up clotheslining yourself repeatedly. And yeah, it's I don't like doing the vineyard, but I got it done, and that's the way it goes, and I'm glad for that. And so I'm hoping to start. Maybe I could start working on the ground for the garden. That's kind of what I need to get onto next. We'll see. So if you like this kind of thing, go ahead and hit like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I've been trying to do the Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing, and I was doing really good for a while, but life happens, you know how that goes. I think that Kenzie's graduation kind of sent me for a loop. I'll get back into the groove. I'll try to get things going again, and I may rethink what my schedule is. You never know with me. So, but go ahead and hit the notification bell so like you can at least tell whenever I've got something coming out. And I hope that this inspires you. If you get to feeling down, if you get to feeling like, oh, I'm never going to get all my work done, and we don't. But that's life. That's part of life. Do what you can. Get up off the couch. Turn off that television. You get a lot of work done if you turn that darn television off, and you have a lot more fun in life too. So go ahead and just turn it off. Get up off the couch and do something and live until you die. God bless, guys.